Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. So we're starting our live, and in this live, as it's up here, it's current affairs compilation for June month. Okay. See now, before I begin, in our legacy classrooms, okay, we have very good inspirational posters. So today, the poster that is right in front of me, okay, more than a poster, it's a wallpaper. Okay, it just states, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Simple, no? So with that positive affirmation, let's start our current affairs class. Okay. Now, before we begin all this, it shouldn't be like another one thing with UPSC. If I've observed personally, it's just jabbing of content through you, whether you want it or not. It's just the content gets jabbed through you. So, yeah, sure. Yeah. So what happens? Let's not just take it like the same content jabbing. Let me not pick out a bunch of content and throw it in your face and be like, yes, this is important, yeah, and then you do this. I mean, that's the point of current affairs. But you also have to understand, Acha, what am I going to do with this current affairs? Where can I use it? Again, simple logic is your UPSC or any government exam for that matter is not having your current affair compilation to frame the questions, right? So with the compilation that you have, okay, and it is also very important to choose what kind of compilation that you would want. Huh. So I'm going to give one small disclaimer. See, this current affairs that we're going to discuss is the compilation of our esteemed institute, Legacy IAS. Now, in this, I have not seen, okay, I have not personally seen any of the content. All right, I have not gone through any content. Okay, but what I would want to do that is, I would want to walk through this alongside with you. Meaning, many times I've observed, I'm not going to name names of any institutes and all, but the thing is, the content or the compilation that is given is in such a manner that, the first time preparation ke liye, or even if you're repeating, it becomes so difficult that you have to go through some other current affair to make sense of what this current affair is. But whereas your legacy IAS is making sure that even if you're a first time person who's appearing for UPSC, or you're coming from varied backgrounds, yeah, like our common joke, not all engineers are coming in, new other branches are also coming in. Yeah, so different varied people from different varied background are also coming in and studying this as a current affair means we are giving it in such a manner, the current affair compilation, that it is easier to understand for anyone from any background. Okay, and also one more thing about this current affair compilation is it is available in your legacy IAS website itself. Okay, huge amount of content is available, but the one which you can use it for your preparation as a first time starter, you don't have to worry about very high sounding words. At the same point of time, something that is extremely oriented to your government exams and more specifically your UPSC. Okay, one more thing about your current affairs compilation is it is a culmination of your press. Okay, that is your PIB, press information bureau, and also your editorial analysis as well as current affairs. And here is one more cherry on the cake, let's call it that. There are certain current affairs specific to prelims. Okay, they've given that section also. All right, and otherwise you also have printed material like this, okay, where it is a compilation. Now see, for example, why I'm showing you this is for two purposes. See, we have two kind of people, even like when we read novels, okay, some people who prefer to read it in the e-medium. Yeah, for them you have it in the website. But for the others who are old school like me, okay, no matter how much you present it to me in the e-medium, I want the personal touch of the copy. I want it where I can write down. Okay, so much so that even if it's the same content here, this much content, I sum it up and write it in the short space. That's the whole point of designing this. If you want to add something, usually the current affair means pura from first page to last page, it's jabbed up with information. And then upon that, if you want to add information, there's no space. That is the one thing that we made sure that we will not do. Why personally we were experienced, and that's the thing students are coming up with. right? So we took that feedback very literally, and we're like, no, we will give them some space, so that if they want to add something, or if there is a summation that they want to do for this current affair topic, let it be in theirs, okay, in their own form, okay. It's a personal feel. So for people like me, you have this also available, okay, to show you that I got this. Now, like I told, I have not gone through this before at all, so I am as layman as you. I mean, yeah, I'm the faculty, I'm teaching you and all, but still, I have not gone through anything, not a single thing. Okay, so neither I have the background nor forward. Okay, we'll see that together. Okay, how is it? Okay, when a student is picking this copy up, how easy it is going to be or how difficult it's going to be. Okay, let's explore that together. All right, now without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, and also one more thing, don't make it a one-way conversation. I know this is a live, but also you have the option of commenting back. So when I'm talking something, you guys comment back something. If you're watching this, just drop in a hey. All right, so there's a hey from my side. Okay, let's start. All right. Yeah, like I told you, we have PIB summaries, we have editorial analysis, current affairs, and I also told you the specific something towards your prelims. Okay, yeah. See now, the current affairs, whatever is coming in June, that's segregated topic wise. For example, GS1 pay, okay? Whatever current affairs that's come, okay? Again, your Hindu newspaper, Times of India, it's there, papers are there, huge number of material is there. But again, they're not making papers for UPSC aspirants, are they? No, right? So there are current affairs all throughout this. You have to take it, segregate it into the content that you need for your specific papers, because at the end of the day, what are you going to do with this content is important, right? So if you're going to write your mains answer, you need current affairs to back your answers up with. Yeah, and if you don't know, you have the content but you don't know where to put it, what is the point of it? So that's why we made sure we will segregate it according to the respective papers, okay, like GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4. Again, I'm as fresh as you with respect to the topic. I have zero idea what the content is going to be. Let's explore that together, okay. All right. Now, so from GS1 we have history, art and culture. Yeah. What are the topics? June month ka. What we're discussing is June month ka. June month ka, what do you think it's come? It's about India's diverse geological landscape. Srinagar recognized as World Craft City. Satnami community protest escalates in Chhattisgarh. Also, please don't mind if my pronunciations are a little off. Okay, that's a disclaimer before only. Discovery of ancient rock shelter painting near Pampa Lake. Okay, now we'll see with respect to GS2, polity, constitution, governance. So there's a topic they are speaking about mercy petition, national litigation policy approved by Union Minister of Law and Justice, highest nota vote recorded in Indore constituency. You all know what nota is, right? I mean, it would be really somewhere special if nota starts having a count. Meaning, now we have nota, even if it gets the highest vote, still it's not having that of an impact. I'm not telling it's having no impact, it's not having that of an impact, but it can change the terms. But look at this, highest nota votes recorded in Indore constituency. As a matter, this has happened, and this we are discussing it itself is telling that yes, this matter has come into national importance where we are discussing about it. So it is making an impact, right? Special Marriage Act 1954, Supreme Court reaffirms promotion is not a fundamental right. Reservations. All right. New leave policy for government employees opting for surrogacy. Post Office Act 2023. Patna High Court strikes down reservation quota, increases criminal justice system. Pretty much your polity stuffs. Yeah. And then social justice and governance. What is it that we see? Your World University ranking, empowering India's electronic vehicle sector, Populism cripples revival of discourse. Looking at this world university rankings again today in few days newspapers pay. It's again about Canada, USA, where universities are becoming very stringent. Indian students are finding it very difficult to enter. Yeah, so all this is happening, and we're coming with the world university ranking, so we can somewhere interlink it there. Okay. This guy is stuck here. He doesn't want to move. Okay. The unseen burdens of women unpaid labor, the vulnerabilities of India's elderly, Kala Azar, Child Nutrition Report 2024, ICMR seeks partners for hydroxyurea development for children, okay, pilot program for combating malaria, tobacco epidemic in India. India reaffirms support for your two-state solution in Israel-Palestine conflict. You all know Israel-Gaza tensions peaking up. India, Russia. Now, all these current affairs means something for IR means India, Russia has to be there. Good or bad, we have to be there. Development, or we are being the mediator for all the international fights that's happening. And you know, apart from all this, just have a look. We've been having Israel-Palestine tensions. We've been having Russia-Ukraine tensions. Now, just look at the power that India is wielding in both these places. Both these fights now the world as it is facing two head-on-head fights. One side it's Russia Ukraine, another side it's your Israel Palestine. Both are fighting with hard power, but you know where they are seeking for solace, or where they are trying to feel that yes, this country is going to come between us and broker a good deal. That's India. And India is a soft power nation. Our soft power is trying to win over the hard power. Now, simply they aren't telling India is the leader, or India is a master diplomat, or India is a master of diplomacy. Yeah, that is where you diplomats come in. One of our key finest thing that if we are too proud of it is our soft power diplomacy is ruling over this hard power. See, if it was only hard power that's going to take control, then USA or other countries, they could have easily rammed and jabbed with all the kind of powers, ammos that they have on each other. But that's not working. Everyone is rallying behind India, telling you, India, do something about it. India, please, you come and talk about your Russia guy, Ukraine guy, Israel guy, Palestine guy. Why? Because that is the power of our soft power diplomacy. More on this we'll discuss further. Huh, this guy seems to be stuck. While we are on the note, economy, RBI's aspirational goals for India's fast-growing economy, duty drawback scheme, household consumption expenditure, pump and dump scheme. Nice name, na? IR, my favorite topic. Highlights on nuclear arsenal, non-permanent members of UNSC. I think this fight is not going to end at all. This non-permanent members of UNSC, or this concept of UNSC itself, since its conception still now. I mean, come on, it's passing so many years, and still you guys want to maintain the age-old things when the center of powers have changed. Just here only, just previously we had this informal conversation about India's soft power, and for the countries such as your Russia-Ukraine war or Israel-Palestine war, everyone is backing or rallying behind India. So now you see the power shift where it was like from the conception of UNSC to right now, the power has shifted. So I think it's high time that UNSC also realized that. Yeah, that is the whole point of discussion also we're having. The powers have shifted. It is no longer that we are living in that frigid zone or your Cold War era. Things are moving now. Things are more and more magnanimously moving. Okay, it's high time that UNSC also recognize that. The WTO arbitration, agriculture pay direct seeding of rice, India to resume wheat imports, remove import tax, industry and infrastructure, that is you can use these particular set of data directly into your papers. Green hydrogen, regional rapid transit system, India Railway safety challenges, environment ecology. Sustainability is the keyword. Meaning, any question you're going to answer in environment and ecology which is current affair based, you make sure you use the word sustainable. Okay, sustainable, yes, sustainable war, sustainable that, sustainable this, sustainable fashion, sustainable food. I mean, not to make fun of it, but it is underlying truth, no? If something is not sustainable, what we received, the world, and what we're going to give back to our future generations, if it is torn into rags, then I think we are reaching towards all these doom movies or this Mars exploration. Yeah, I think that is also one of the topics that we'll be discussing today, I guess. Environmental Performance Index, Nagarhole Tiger Reserve, rising nitrous oxide emissions, forest fires. Man, Kaziranga National Park, sites, fertilizer crisis, Russell's Viper, internal security, exercise HARPEX, discovery of neoprotein in bacterial defense mechanisms, Rudra M, Chang E6 mission. Okay, like I told you, there's something very prelim specific also. Okay, make good use of it. Operation Blue Star, NTA, exercise Tarang Shakti. Okay, now let's get into each one of the topic. As this is the first class, it's more of the overview. Okay, we'll just get into a glimpse. Like I told, I haven't seen any of the contents. I just read index with you guys. Okay, I haven't seen this before. I've not even opened this document before. Right now is what I'm seeing. So we both are doing it together. History, art and culture. What is the first topic that we're discussing? India's diverse geological landscape. Okay. Now, the way it's given is they've given a context, they've given the relevance. Oh, nice. Hey, look at this. They've also given a mains question from this topic, so we can practice it. Actually, no. If you have looked into the videos, okay, you've seen in the shorts also that we have introduced new writing program also. Okay, where you actually get a questions and a set of space so you can practice your answer writings. These questions are really good, man. You can try to practice it for your mains. Okay, so this is a nice thing. Yeah, I didn't know that. This is nice. Okay. Oh, nice. India's geological past. They've kind of given. Yeah, that is one more thing I observed. Okay. Sometimes current affairs means you're reading the current affairs, but without the background, you're like not even knowing. Okay, right now what's happening. Oh, what did it happen? And for that, again, you have to go through Google, open search. And by the time you finish one topic in current affairs, you're like, I'm done with current affairs. I'm too tired. So when this is there, it's easier. It's better. At least for people like me, I find it so difficult. Like I have to, search for current affairs for my current affairs. So that was a little bit difficult. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They've given, this mains you have to give a very holistic answer where you have to tell, this is the content, this is what happened, this is the issue, but also what is government doing or what are the international organizations doing about this issue. You have to give that point also. And you have to also give like a way forward, like in the conclusion, like what could be done sort of thing. So yeah, limited progress in geoconservation, if they're giving, meaning they're talking that war and war things are happening presently. We'll just look at it. Okay, I'm just giving overview before we enter it. What else they've given? Recognizing the importance of shared geological inheritance. Okay, so they have spoken in detail about geological heritage. I just said inheritance, didn't I? Okay. Different geoheritage sites throughout the world. Here comes the star of the show, sustainable. Need for sustainable conservation approaches in India. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is good. You know why this is good? Because sometimes it's like, yeah, you have so and so Okay, let's take this World Heritage Sites. Okay, sometimes it's a list of information. You're like, oh, by heart, by heart, by heart. But at least here, they've given it in the map and states. This is good. This is for someone who is like, bus, I can't do any more further research. Just give me everything in a platter and let me just enjoy it. That is put in my head. For people like me, this is really good. I see Himachal Pradesh, Great Himalayan National Park, and Kialado National Park, Jantar Mantar, Jaipur, Ranikawa, historic city of Ahmedabad, Kajira group of monuments, Agra Fort, Taj Mahal Fort, Fatehpur Sikri, Nalanda, Bodh Gaya, your Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, Kaziranga National Park, Sun Temple, Sundarbans, Ajanta, Yellora, Pattadakal, Elephanta Caves, churches and convents of Goa, Hampi, Chola temples, Mahabalipuram. This is good. In this way, no, it's easier to identify. Hill forts of Rajasthan hill was being Jaisalmer, Ranthambore. Yeah. This is good. I liked it. Huh? It's like half-hearted measures. It's as if like they're talking one-on-one, like how I'm talking to you. It's like as if they are talking to us. Half-hearted measures, meaning this is done, but it's not efficient enough, sort of thing. So this is what we will be using in our mains answer mostly. This provision sits there, but how is that provisions and is it doing enough justice? So for that front, this content can be just good. Okay, conclusion. Okay, let's see. Before we even start the topic, let's just see what the conclusion is. Okay, let's just turn the India urgently needs to take the following steps. First, create an inventory of all potential geosites in the country, in addition to the 34 sites identified by GSI. Second, develop geo-conservation legislation similar to Biological Diversity Act of 2002. Third, establish National Geo-Conservation Authority. You know how this is. Conclusion, sometimes you have to rake your head, okay, and thinking, okay, what should I write? How should it be? When it is given like this to me, okay, I mean, who am I kidding? The topic is too big. With all the topics of UPSC is pretty big, okay. I also want sometimes answer which is like handed to me in a platter. I'm not telling it's correct, not correct and all, but sometimes I do need that help, especially for first time people who are writing and all. No, this is of a huge benefit. Why? Because I know exactly what I'm going to write in the conclusion and I don't have to wreck my time, waste everything in the mains exam. Okay, I have clear set of instructions like, yes, this is there, this is there, and this is not like too over the random things. Not because this is properly created. It's good. Now let's get into the topic and see. Yeah, we discussed the conclusion before we even started the topic. That's where we stand. All right, let's start with the first topic. So what is the context? What is the heading, by the way? Oh, India's diverse geological landscape. All right. India's landscape, ranging from world's highest peaks to low-lying coastal plains, showcases a diverse morphology that has evolved over billions of years. Across various regions, we find an array of rocks, minerals, unique fossil assemblage. Okay, okay. Speak about origin stories. All right. So they are telling the relevance is in GS paper 1, more specifically the Indian culture. All right. And we'll see what is the question. Yeah. Discuss the initiatives taken by the Indian government in the area of geoconservatism. How efficient have been these steps and what are the associated challenges? Okay, so it's a 15 marks question and 250 words. I think the answer is just here, right? Oh, nice. These people are like spoon feeding. This is good. This is good. This is good for people, especially like me. All right. Oh, so what is our past? Let's just see a little bit. India's turbulent geological past is recorded in its rocks and terrains, representing a significant part of our non cultural heritage. Okay. Here's something I want to tell you though. Whenever, okay, I want to make use of this space, the writing space, okay. um, Whenever you call a country ka culture, okay, whenever you say a country ka culture is so and so, okay, usually it's because of the history, okay. The culture of a place is usually associated with the history over the periods of time. See, when I tell history, it's not like how they did it yesterday, tomorrow they'll change it, or like 10 days back they did, or 10 years back they did, or 10,000 years back they did, and it's not there. No. One thing about India is this so-called thing constantly will come in. Hey, this is not Indian culture. This is not Indian culture. That is not Indian culture. So we have somewhere set up this frame, huh, this is Indian culture. Okay, but if you look at it, one of the thing about India's culture is diversity. Such beautiful diversity, be it with respect to our clothing, be it with respect to our food, be it with respect to our beliefs. Okay, so it is so diverse. Okay, and we are able to club that all into one thing is because of our history. Okay, the history we've had over from the beginning of time up until now, and in some way or the other, in our own version, we are trying to carry it forward in a way that is okay, that is now changing with times. Now if you say, I would say Indian culture is no time tested. If you say anything is time tested, meaning throughout the ages it has taken the beating and beating and beating, and it's still emerging out into something more and more beautiful every time. So if one thing we have to tell about Indian culture, it's time tested. So this kind of time tested culture is driving our civilization forward. You know, people say, "Ha, modernism has come everywhere." It's just, or again, there's a debate: is it the modernism or westernization that is affecting India's culture? That is also again one of the topics that you would discuss in your Indian society. Okay, despite the amount of westernization that we are having, strangely enough, we are not devoid of our culture. We are not losing track of our culture. Somewhere we're dragging that culture guy also with us. Yeah. So, in my opinion, the culture of a place is deep rooted in the history. The history of a particular place is so and so that way because of its geography. Yeah, look at this. When they say we have good amount of rocks, we have low lying plains, we have coastal areas, we have waterfalls, we have natural harbors, and all this has created a specific unit integral to its own location. If you see mountainous regions, their lifestyle is different, their food is different. Okay, now when you say coastal areas, the food is different, the lifestyle is different, the clothing in a manner that what becomes important there, or the GI tags per whatever stuffs we get, those are all specific to their particular areas. Oh no, don't you think we can compare those things? Your GI tag, right? Oh, it is such a wonderful amalgamation of diversity that our country embodies all these things. See? Huh. All right. So, where were we? Yeah. The country offers numerous examples of such geo-heritage sites which serve as educational spaces. Yes, geological literacy. Now, this is one thing. In questions like this, words like this to be used and underlined for your benefit earns you the thoda sa brownie point. Okay, geological literacy. Okay, limited. Okay, so limited progress in geoconservation. Let's see what is happening like presently up at all. Okay, what exactly is geological conservation? First, let's see what is geological conservation. We've been speaking more about that. We don't even know what that is. So for that, it is to preserve geological features and events so that current and future generations can appreciate some of the world's best natural laboratories. Ah. Despite international advancements in this field, geoconservation has not gained much traction in India. Okay, why? Why has it not gained? I don't know. Let's see further if they've given answer to that. The extent of these activities is significant with stone mining operations. Yep. Stone mining operations covering more than 10% of India's total area. Let's see if we have further more details on this. These geological features provide insights into the formation of land that we are familiar with. Okay. Uh, the next point is really hitting the spot. Ironically, while we reach out to Mars in search of evidence for early life, we simultaneously destroy precious proof that exists in our own backyard. See, interview pay, they ask you questions. When they ask you questions, they don't expect you to just give them some stored up answer thrown on their face. And this is one such thing where they are actually speaking out what is the irony. We're trying to go find life in Mars while we try to not do the same here. We have a life here and we're not even giving the adequate necessary measure it needs. Hard but true. Okay. Hey, look at this. How many of us are aware of the little known Dala meteorite impact crater in Shivpuri, Madhya Pradesh? Okay, this crater dating back between 1.5 billion to 2.5 billion years is evidence of celestial collision during early stages of life. Oh, okay. The Lonar crater in Buldana district of Maharashtra was dated to be on 50,000 years, but it is 576,000 years. Okay. So, but basically, apart from the information we learned, from exam perspective, examples. Okay. Recognizing the importance of shared geological heritage, the significance of our planets. Okay, 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 look at this. So this concept, we know now what a geological heritage is. It is, in simpler words, we're trying to protect and preserve our natural laboratories. By natural laboratories, like we just saw the example, right? So the crater which came hit us, the impact of those. Okay, so and also, okay, I'll tell you this thing. Lal Bagh. Lal Bagh is one such example because it's a peninsular genesis. Alright, so we have that right in front of us, but we don't even think to see that beyond what it is. Okay, that is why they said geological literacy. Right now it's making sense. Now it's making sense. I'm able to connect this. Okay. So this concept of geological heritage, roughly when did it start? Okay, was first acknowledged in 1991 at a UNESCO sponsored event. Their theme was apparently first international symposium on our conservation geological heritage. So this is the first, meaning this was first coming into existence in the 1991. Who took the lead, or at least who was mainly involved? The UNESCO guy. Okay. Delegates at this event endorsed the idea of shared legacy. Now this is another keyword. Yeah. See, it's not that, I mean, apart from any of the alien invasion movies that you see, and the spoof is, why does it always hit only USA? Even if we take that spoof of all the alien invasions coming and hitting only USA, you know what the sad truth is? Despite even if that spoof movie ka things, even if it hits USA, but the impact is very largely felt in your third world countries or developing countries, and especially Africa. And in this, who's or which section is the most to be affected? Your women and children. And now It's not that their place something happened, they are not protecting, how is it happening to me? It's my place, I'm keeping it safe. We no longer live in that zone. Okay, world was never meant to be that way. This is a very good word that that showcases that shared legacy. Because at the end of the day we have to share this legacy, because all we are doing is sharing this world. No, when we are sharing this world, then we have to share its legacy also. Then we have to like our legacy. Look what I did there. So anyway, man and earth share a common heritage of which we and our governments are but the custodians. Yeah, which is true. Now, these kind of things, I'm not telling you have to by heart exactly word to word, but these kind of things, you can use it for an introduction. Now, with respect to even your environment, okay, you can use it as an introduction. Where most times, people end up wasting time as to what do I come up for an introduction? It has to be something fancy, and they end up losing precious hours. So, these kind of things, no, I would suggest just write it down somewhere whenever you find. And for that, again, don't go running, you keeping another book trying to write it. It's here, the golden is here. People like me, just write it down here and keep somewhere. This intro scale, you can use this. If you just write it, you yourself will make your time easier. Yeah. All right. This declaration anticipated the creation of geoparks, okay, to commemorate unique geological features and landscapes within their territories and to educate the public about geological importance. Right, seems this is good. Okay. Development of geoheritage sites worldwide. Okay, multiple countries have been doing that. Europe has been doing that. Okay, is India okay? Other countries, UNESCO, we saw India. Is it a signatory to this? Let's see if they've given that information somewhere. Many countries, including Canada, China, Spain, USA, UNESCO provided guidelines for development of geoparks. Okay, Europe celebrated its geological heritage. Oh, they have 73 zones. 100. Okay, look at this. We have 169 global geoparks. Thailand, Vietnam. Okay. Here, they have given that information. India is a signatory to this. Okay. Good. Then now I don't have to open Google to check is India a signatory of this. So, whoosh. What are the sustainable conservation approaches needed in India? They're given. Okay, and they call for sustainable conservation similar to those, okay, formulated like the biodiversity protection. The okay, just right here. They've spoken about, they're telling us this geoparks and all these things we've been speaking. It should be somewhere similar to biodiversity protection. Now, the next thing they've even spoken about the biodiversity protection, at least the hint though we need now. What is that? Biological Diversity Act implemented in 2002. I would suggest now these things, just write it down here and put an asterisk next to it. Matlab, by heart this. You need it in environment and ecology, you need it in paper one. I'm not telling by heart every parliamentary act, but there are certain things which are very crucial that you have to, and that this is one such thing. Okay, Biological Diversity Act was implemented 2002, resulting in 18. Okay, yeah, we have 18 notified biosphere reserves in India. Okay, look at this. A recent incident involving a cliff in Varkala, Thiruvananthapuram district, Kerala, illustrates this issue. The cliff, composed of rocks deposited millions of years ago and declared a geological heritage site by GSI. Okay, so one thing that we will take it or write it, it's easier, is who declares a geological heritage site? It is the GSI. Prelims point, just write it down. This kind of things. Again, see, some people are like, it's right here. Why would I want to write it down? I'm just telling, if I was going to do that, I would write that, because again, I like it. I like it written. And I find it, I don't like to underline so many things. I just like, this is there here, but if I write it here, it's easier to my access. So for those of you who have that kind of, you want to physically write sort of people, this might be your wheelhouse. Okay. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Geological heritage site is again declared by your GSI. Had part of it demolished by the district administration. Ah, man. Now it's, I know it's supposed to be your current affairs class, but this is too hard hitting. Most times when I read this apart, like not just now, if I would just read a current affair and like this, it's given, I'm like, I feel like I'm actually present there. I'm feeling like, oh man, they just destroyed that beautiful structure. That, what do I tell it? I start putting myself in the shoes and I start feeling for it. So when I read this current affairs, it kind of gets me emotional. Okay. Declared a geological heritage site by the GSI, had part of it demolished by the district administration to save unauthorized structures, citing landslide hazards. This too we discussed. This is good because it's having place as well as the important heritage site, that makes it easier. This, so now the name is suiting properly only. Half-hearted measures only, that is. Seeing the previous incident. This is correct only. The government of India has made some attempts to address these concerns, though not with full commitment. 2009, a National Commission for Heritage Sites bill was introduced in Rajya Sabha, was only half-heartedly pursued. Despite being referred to the standing committee, government ultimately withdrew the bill for unspecified reasons. More recently, Ministry of Mines drafted a bill for the preservation and maintenance of geo-heritage site, but there has been no progress. Okay, according to the annexure draft, Geo-Heritage Sites and Geo-Relics Bill 2022, India does not have any specific specialized policy. Now, when you're writing your mains, no, you outright specify this. What is it? India does not have any specific specialized policy or law to conserve and preserve geo-heritage sites and geo-relics for future generations. See, when you're writing that answer also, no, give it a bit of heart to it. When you're sitting in the interview and speaking also, no, give out a bit of emotion to it. Like, you are not an AI who's going to produce and throw information on their face. You're a human being, for God's sake. And seeing these kind of things, no, it's hurtful. Conclusion, yeah, like we discussed. Yeah, discussed first itself. Now these things are seeming proper. First we saw conclusion and then we saw the issue. Now after going to all the issue, no, this seems correct. We do need National Geoconservation Authority, which is similar to your National Biodiversity Authority with independent observers. Yes. And it should avoid creating excessive bureaucracy. True. This seems like the need of the hour. Okay. Moving on. Srinagar recognized as World Craft City. Okay. Srinagar has been designated as the World Craft City. Who does this? World Craft Council. Okay. This follows its recognition as part of UNESCO's. Okay, this is also part of UNESCO Creative City Network for crafts and folk for past 3 years. Okay, we have Jaipur, Malpuram, Mysore, and other cities. We previously got this World Craft Cities. Okay, I keep forgetting this. Okay, they've given questions. Oh, nice. Like the previous one, they've given one question. Here now they've given three. Okay. What is World Craft Council? Significance of the World Craft City recognition? What is UNESCO's Creative Cities Network? I don't know the answer. I'm hoping all the answers are here. Okay. First question. What is World Craft Council? Oh, let's just see what it is. Okay. Okay, WCC is a non-profit, non-governmental organization associated with UNESCO. Okay, it's founded in 1964. Okay, what is it for? For promoting, preserving, and protection of traditional crafts. Oh, we are way good in that. Fostering economic development through these crafts. Okay. The recognition of WCC is by prestigious designation awards to cities. Okay, all these things is like, what is it? You're just going to give an award? No, it's not that. It's so that the international and national medium will have a look into, or we will get an idea as to, oh, okay, this is there. One thing is, we are extreme content consumers. We consume so much content that we don't even know, like, how much content I've consumed, what is the knowledge that I've gained. That is the sad curse that we are facing of the present reality. We consume so much content, but not at the end of the day. Let's say 3 hours you're on your phone, or you think that, okay, this is happening, this so and so is happening in the world. At the end of 3 hours, just tell it to yourself, what did I learn? What was the content that I'm able to reproduce? Same as with respect to UPSC. Content, jabbing through content. Like, acha, okay, I have so much content. How much can I reproduce? Right? That is the whole point. That is why I always prefer stick to one. Okay? And use that. Your Bible, your guide, your Gita, everything is just that. Okay? Multiple sources, so much content. Again, that is my personal opinion. It's totally up to you. World Craft City recognition, yeah, we've seen all these things. And why mainly this is this. To promote unique craft heritage, and it is promoting unique craft heritage and supporting local artisans. So this is the agenda. So what WCC is doing is this, promoting unique craft heritage and supporting local artisans. Okay. Huh. Okay, the first part of the question is done with del. Phew. Now the second part of the question. The answers are given with like the question and answer form, so it makes it a little bit easier. Significance of World Craft City recognition. Okay, now we've said Srinagar got the recognition. So what is the significance that Srinagar got or Jaipur got or any such thing? What is the significance? Okay, we get global status, economic boost, yes. Cultural preservation, yes. Support of the local artisans, yes. Innovation, sustainability, yes. Visibility, okay. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Oh, okay. This criteria for recognition requirements also. To be recognized as a WCC, typical needs are rich tradition of crafts. India land is filled with that. Significant population of skilled artisans. That is one thing. Many of our crafts are losing its places because the artisans who are doing that now lack of because of viable economic prospects in it, they're leaving it to produce or they're leaving it for your menial occupations. Now, when I mean menial occupations, which is just only for money, these things, no, if you have to produce a craft, you need heart and soul put into it. And that people, their heart and soul ka work is taken away and made it appears like how money is pivotal. It is important, but that is not only everything, no. But this way we are creating this extreme consumerist culture. Okay, this is like I told you, current affairs brings out the emotion in me. A rich tradition of craft, significant population of skilled artisans, fine. Active promotion, development of craft tradition, commitment to preserving cultural heritage. Yep. India checks all of this. Yeah. Okay. Now, okay. Creative Cities Network by your UNESCO. I would write it down there because it's easier. Okay. UCCN established in 2004 for foster collaboration, sustainable development. Okay, encompasses 350 cities, 100 countries. So pretty much it is global. Okay, what are its objectives in doing something like this? Cultural diversity, enhance resilience to challenges, rapid urbanization, the same thing that we just now discussed. Okay, increasing inequality. What is the purpose of this? To leverage the creative, social, and economic potential of cultural industries, promote the culture of creativity in urban planning and solutions to urban issues. Okay. Okay, benefit to member cities. Okay, urban development and all. Implementation objectives are realized at both local and international levels. Okay, and also It includes professional and artistic exchange programs. See, this is what is needed. You need the influx of science. At the same point of time, you need the influx of culture. India's uniqueness is that we have an influx of science and culture, and we have to do more on that. We have that. I'm not telling you we don't have that, but we don't have it bought out efficiently. We have to do that, and that makes it better for our country. Annual Conference of Network Cities, membership monitoring, Indian cities which are in the network, okay. Kozhikode, Gwalior, Varanasi is for music, Srinagar, crafts, folks and art, Chennai music, okay. Okay, so, okay. Community protest escalates in Chhattisgarh. Okay, huge mob from Satnami community torched dozens of vehicles. Okay, pelted police personnel with stones and set fire to superintendent of police office building in Chhattisgarh's Baloda Bazaar district. Protesters were dissatisfied with the police handling of the case involving desecration of Jait Kham, a structure of sacred importance to Satnamis, and are demanding a CBI probe. Anything, no, irrespective of this topic, you become a bureaucrat. Whatever your personal opinion is, okay? One key factor is always, even if you don't believe it and a group of section are believing it, I'm not telling that applies for social evils. No, I'm just trying to tell that just because you don't understand it, don't undermine something. It's as simple as that. You don't understand it, don't undermine it. That's it. Dimensions of this article. Okay, where do you think it is important? First thing about the community, this can be asked in prelims largely. Okay, where are this particular community largely? Protest of Satnamis community. Okay, it's something like revolt of 1672. Huh? Revival of Satnamis. We'll see what this is. We'll get to know it together. Okay, we'll see their identity origin. Okay, Satnamis believe in God, whose name is truth, and are significant group within the scheduled caste population in Chhattisgarh. Okay, they are considered an offshoot of the Ravidasiya community. Okay, the community was established on April 21, 1657 by Birban of Narnaul, Haryana. Okay, Udodas, disciple of Saint Ravidas, was the first spiritual leader. All right. So where exactly are they put up? They inhabit the plains of Chhattisgarh central region, including Billapur, Durg, Rajandam, Raipur. So Chhattisgarh is the prime area. What are their principles and beliefs? The sect emphasizes three principles: adorning the attire of Satnami devotee, earning money through proper means, and not tolerating injustice or oppression in any form. Satnamis are believed to exert political influence by voting collectively. The majority of 10 assembly fragments allotted for SCs are occupied by community representatives. So this is the thing about community. It fosters a communal, something about community is it fosters something innate that we are a group, we are a community, we are there to look after each other. Now imagine a community is like this. Similar to that, multiple communities start coming together, and the full of that, right? All of this chota communities coming together and creating one chota land. I'm not telling this is chota land, but like cute, our own safe space. Whatever happens, they're going to take care of me. That is India, and that is what India enshrined it as fraternity. Okay, this is what it does with communities. It instills a bond of fraternity. Okay, what is the political influence? Minimata, the first female MP from Chhattisgarh, is revered to be from the community. She entered the Lok Sabha by winning the 1955 by-elections. Okay. Protest. Now, what is the protest? The 1672 revolt, what it is, we'll see. Revolt against Mughal rule. Satnami revolt occurred during the reign of Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. Okay, around today's Mahendragarh district of Haryana. The revolt began when a Mughal soldier killed a Satnami, leading to about 5,000 Satnamis taking up arms. They expelled the Mughal administrators from the town and established their own administration. This was all happening back in the 1600s. Just we got to get an idea now. So when we saw it in the initial, it was like, it happened for what was it? We had to get that idea. Uprising support, revolt gained support from Hindus in Agra, Ajmer, who were dissatisfied with Aurangzeb's strict Islamic policies. Revival of Jizya tax, banning music, art, destroying Hindu temples. Okay, so suppression was at peaks. Okay, now there's a revival of Satnami reorganization, social identity. What is it? Satnami group was founded, important one, was founded in 1820 by Saint Gasidas, a farm servant, okay, is Satnam Pant, sect of true name, provided a religious and social identity for many Satnamis. So what are the teachings and practices? They preached ethical and dietary self-restraint, okay, social equality, and wrote Nirvangyan to propagate his teachings. Okay, navigating Hindu hierarchy, connections with Kabir Pant. Okay, they are trying to see, all right, the distinguishing factors as well as resembling factors. Okay, next we've come to the next topic: discovery of ancient rock shelter paintings near Pampa Lake. Okay, what is it? What did they discover? What is the context? Team from the Karnataka State Department of Archaeology, Museums and Heritage has uncovered rock shelter paintings. Okay, around 2005 years old, near Pampa Lake in the Hampi World Heritage Area. So, I, as a person who would write it down, you'd write it is here. Okay. Okay, what are the dimensions? There is what possible questions about the Pampa Lake and also key facts about Tungabhadra River. First thing about the Pampa Lake, it's situated in Koppal district near Hampi in Karnataka, underlined, located in the south of Tungabhadra River. Okay, underlined. Alright, the significance of Hindu mythology, one of the 5 sacred lakes known as Panch Sarovar, which includes Man Sarovar, Bindu Sarovar, Narayan Sarovar, Pampa Sarovar, and Pushkar Sarovar. Okay. Mythological importance, regarded as a place where Pampa, a form of Shiva's consort, Parvati, performed penance to show her devotion to Shiva. Mentioned in the Hindu epic Ramayana as the place where Shabari, a devotee of Lord Rama, waited for his arrival. Heard this? Geological point of view, what is the natural features? It's surrounded by hills, temples filled with lotuses. Ah, key facts about Tungabhadra River. Okay, what are those? Major rivers in the South Indian Peninsula, major tributary of the Krishna River, all important prelims. It is formed by the union of 2 rivers, Tunga and Bhadra. Both rivers originate on the eastern slopes of Western Ghats, merge at Kodli in the Shimoga district. Okay. Flows northwest. Okay, flows northwest before joining the Krishna River at Sangamalleshwaram in Andhra Pradesh. Krishna River ends in the Bay of Bengal. Total length, okay, they've given all these things. It flows through Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. The climate influence is largely the southwest monsoons, okay. Major tributaries. How many times they'll ask these tributaries questions? Government exams, but they like asking these tributaries. And sometimes, like, is this a tribute name? Is this a tributary name? Sometimes, yeah. No matter how much you by heart, at the end of the day, it's like sometimes it's like, whoa, it's just new. So this is good. This is really good. Varada River, Hagari River, dams, reservoirs, Tunga, Anikat Dam, Bhadra Dam, Hemavati Dam, Tungabhadra Dam. Okay. Personal norms and interfaith marriages. Okay. The principle, this is good. The principle that ignorance of the law is no excuse applies to both offenders and judges. This was evident in the Madhya Pradesh High Court ruling, which declined to protect a couple on the grounds that a marriage between a Muslim man and a Hindu woman would not be valid even if registered under Special Marriages Act 1954. Okay, this is directly society topic. And also Social empowerment, also judgments and cases which you will use in your paper too. Mains question, personal law norms cannot be used to invalidate interfaith marriages. Discuss in the context of recent judgments and rulings of the judiciary. 10 marks, 150 words. You know, another thing is, if I would um, use this again, I'm just fond of having this space because this was a huge relief to me. So what I would do, the next part, apart from writing the important things, is this question ka answer ka keywords. Like, what should my answer focus on, and what are the keywords that are to be mandatorily mentioned in my answer? I would have it written here based on the topic that they've given it to me. You know, in that way, it's easier for me. Okay, based on just my keywords, I can produce an answer. That is easier. Getting that keywords is tough, and getting it right next to it in a dedicated space, it's better. Okay. So what is Special Marriages Act of 1954? Let's just have a brief look. It's an Indian law that establishes legal framework for marriages between individuals of different religions or castes. We have it right there. Then why didn't they do that? Huh. Okay. It governs civil marriages sanctioned by the state rather than by religious authorities. This dual system recognized both civil and religious marriages, similar to UK Marriages Act of 1949. Okay. SMA, Special Marriages Act, applies to people of all faiths across India, including Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Jains, Christians, Buddhists. Okay. Recognition of Marriage Act allows for registration of marriages, providing legal recognition and various legal benefits, protections such as inheritance rights, succession rights, social security benefits. Okay. Prohibits polygamy, declares a marriage void if either party had living spouse at the time of marriage. Okay. Written notice. Oh, what is this written notice? Section 5 of the Act requires parties to give written notice to the marriage officer of the district with at least one party residing in the district. Okay, for at least 30 days before the notice. So what are the necessary conditions where you have to register the marriage? Okay, this is good. Age limit? Minimum age for marriage, 21 years for males, 18 years for females. The marriageable age. Marriageable age, which is told by the government. Differentiation from personal laws. Okay, unlike personal laws such as Muslim Marriages Act and the Hindu Marriage Act of 1955, which requires spouse to convert to each other's religion, the SMA allows interfaith or intercaste marriages without requiring conversion. This is very important, yeah, because it's clearly showcasing the difference. Marriage only. See, previously we saw no religious and legal purposes. The first two are religious. This one is more of legal. See, allows interfaith or intercaste marriage without requiring conversion. Okay. However, once married under SMA, an individual is considered severed from their family concerning rights like inheritance. And that though is there in Indian society, not everywhere, but we do see instance of it. So, what are the recent judgment? The judge referred to the Muslim law treaties and concluded that a Muslim cannot marry an idolatrous or fire worshipper, deeming such a marriage irregular. However, SMA was specifically enacted to allow interfaith couples to marry without adhering to the religious rituals of their respective faiths. It is bizarre. Yeah. Okay, now we see why this came into current affairs. Okay, now we also see what was the court's argument with respect to that. What is the conclusion? Allowing the judgment to stand would render entire SMA redundant, undermine efforts towards uniform civil code, privilege Muslim personal law over secular SMA. Essentially, it could drive people to religious conversion merely to solemnize their marriages. Possibility. Polity. Okay, we've entered polity. Mercy petition. Okay. We'll do one thing, like just as an overview we see, no? We'll just skim through topics just to see all the content ka topics. And each topic we're taking this much time, no? So we'll just skim through topics just to see paper, other papers pay what topics are there. All right. Okay. What a mercy petition we'll see. In a recent ruling, Supreme Court had declined to direct the government to commute the death penalty of Balwant Singh Rajuna. Instead, it has allowed the government to decide on the mercy petition when necessary. Okay, who is this person? Balwant Singh Rajuna was convicted for the assassination of former Punjab Chief Minister Prem Singh in 1995. Okay. See, again, this is the topic in the newspaper, but how to use it in your exam is what all this is about. So the question, if they would ask, it's about either mercy petition, making mercy petition in India, constitutional framework, judgments related to mercy petition. Good, it's all compiled in one place. Okay, first of all, what is a mercy petition? It is a formal request made by someone who has been sentenced to death or imprisonment seeking mercy from the president or the governor. President has this pardoning power on death sentence. What is the importance? Everyone has the fundamental right to live as mentioned under Article 21. Okay. It's getting chilly out here. So I'm just switching. Okay. So everyone has a right, fundamental right to live. Ours is Article 21, right to life. Mercy petitions are followed in many countries such as United States of America, United Kingdom, Canada, India. Okay. Making a mercy petition in India. Okay. What are the following steps? No statutory written procedure. Okay. After exhausting all reliefs in the court of law, either the convict or his relatives may submit a written petition to the president. President Secretariat receives the petition on behalf of the president. Petitions are then forwarded to Ministry of Home Affairs for their comments and recommendations. Okay. Oh, okay. The act of mercy is not the right of a prisoner, but a clemency granted to the president, granted by the president. Meaning, just because that is there, you can't keep on filing. On what conditions do you think a person can file for mercy petition? Oh, it's given. Or either the health, physical, or mental fitness of the prisoner is in question. Okay, the financial condition of the prisoner's family, including whether the prisoner is the sole earner. So we are trying to see it in all dimensions. What is the constitutional framework? That is polity. In India, mercy petition to the president is the last constitutional resort. You can't run immediately tell, put mercy petition. It's the last resort. A convict can take when sentenced by a court of law, okay, can present a mercy petition to President of India under Article 72 of the Constitution. Yes. So mercy petition topic comes under Article 72 of your President's power. Power to grant pardon is conferred upon by Governor of States under Article 161. President has the power to grant pardons, reprieves, respites, remission, to suspend, remit, commute the sentence of any person. Okay. Applies in cases where punishment of sentences by a court martial for an offense against any law. Okay. So he has a very extensive powers. Who? The president. Governor under Article 161. Okay. He also can grant pardon, reprieve, respite, remission, all those things. Supreme Court of India held in 2021 that governor of a state can pardon prisoners including death row ones, okay, even before they have served a minimum of 14 years of prison sentence. Okay. Now, with respect to this mercy petition, when it is asked as a question, we need some follow-up judgments. So, one is Maruram versus Union of India, where Supreme Court held that power to grant pardon under Article 72 is to be exercised on the advice of Council of Ministers. One thing is, again, according to Article 73 and 74 also, there exists something called the Council of Ministers, and the Council of Ministers are there to aid and advise the President on all the matters, and such advice shall be binding on the President. Next, Dhananjay Chatterjee, State of West Bengal. What did Supreme Court tell here? Under Article 72 and 161 Constitution of the Constitution, central and state governments can be exercised by the central and state governments, not by the president and governor on their own. Okay. Kehar Singh versus Union of India. Okay, again they've given a bunch of cases. Let's skim through topics so we can see other paper also. Okay, all these are there in your Legacy IAS website where you get complete, okay, compilation, NCRT materials. Do check out that. Do check out the website. Supreme Court reaffirms promotion is not a fundamental right. Pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages of reservation. Again, outright when they ask you about reservation, what do you feel about reservation? Don't say yes, no, because it's not that easy, no. You always have to give pros and cons of anything for that matter. Supporting new leave policy for government employees opting for surrogacy. Okay. Post Office Act 2023. What is this? Ah, okay. Strikes on reservation quota increase. What is this? Criminal justice system. Okay. What is this? What is this? Social justice and governance. This be one topic. We'll see. World University Ranking. Okay. Recently, latest US World University Ranking for 2025 was released, revealing significant improvements for Indian universities and notable global standings. Okay, GS2, direct topic. US World University Rankings. Okay, this is, you know, one thing about this, sir. You can use this information in your essay also. Essay के लिए education, women, all these topics पे you need adequate amount of information. No, this directly you can use it for your essay content के लिए. पहला तो we'll see what is this QS World University ranking and it is by whom and all. QS World University ranking or annual ranking released by I'm not going to pronounce this, but just read it. Okay, I don't want to mispronounce it. I'll just go out on a limb and just try to pronounce it. But something Simons. Okay. All right. These rankings aim to evaluate and compare the performance and quality of universities worldwide. Okay. Methodology used is academic reputation, faculty-student ratio, employer reputation, sustainability, employment outcomes, international research network. Okay. International faculty ratio, international student ratio. Okay, they also provide rankings by subject, region, student city, business school, sustainability, star, sustainability, hitting to specific areas of interest. Okay. Let's see what is the highlights of this 2025 university ranking. They've evaluated 17 million research papers, 176 million citations and data. This you don't need to by heart. Only to know that this is a credible enough ranking. Okay. There's so many rankings will come out. You can't by heart all of those, no? Especially for essay if you're giving. So they've done this much means at least okay. They have good credibility. Top global institutes, MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, top position, okay, 13th year in a row, MIT. Imperial College London rose from 6th to 2nd, Harvard and Oxford jointly held the 3rd. Regional highlights, okay, Asia पे National University of Singapore retained its prominent position. Come on, where is India ka? India, with 46 universities ranked, is the 7th most represented country globally and third in Asia. Okay. 61% of Indian universities saw an improvement in their ranking, with IIT Bombay achieving highest position. Yay, India! Ranking stability. So we have given a considerable boost. Okay, that's a good thing. 61% of Indian universities moved up in rank, while 24 maintained their previous positions. This is a win situation. Yeah, we take that. Research and collaborations, citations for faculty, okay, international collaborations. Matlab, see, we just saw, right, based on how they're giving this index, that international student, faculty, okay, all those things. So, this is speaking about what and all do we need, okay, so that we can rise up, okay. So, what are the institutes and which position they're holding? IIT Bombay advanced from 149 to 118. Hey, good. IIT Delhi, okay, moving up 47 positions from 197 to 150. IIT Indore, okay, good. Let's see this. I mean, we'll just move ahead so we can see other topics. See, all of these content, your compilation, your NCRT materials, everything is available in the website. I'm not using this as a PPT and all. I'm directly taking it, downloading from our website and showing it to you. And I told you I didn't see this before. I'm seeing it along with you guys. Okay. So what information that you are seeing for the first time is the same information that I'm also seeing. Okay. Up until now, how are we finding it? Easier. We are able to relate to it, and also we don't have to break our head open the Google and then right. I'm finding it easier for me to, you know, study current affairs without having to again do more homework on the current affairs. These topics, no, this contents directly ऐसे पेपर के लिए you can use. This is vulnerabilities of India's elderly. Yeah. Globalization has hit every single section. Al-Azhar. Child Nutrition Report 2024. Child nutrition, matlab, both we're facing both. One side we're facing obesity also, one side we're facing malnutrition also. Double-edged sword. Tobacco epidemic in India. What was the topic? Public Examinations, Prevention of Unfair Means Act 2024. Need of the hour. Launch of National Health Claim Exchange. Was it? Tragic incident in Tamil Nadu. What happened? Let's just see this topic. Even though it's the same paper, I want to see what happened. Recently, approximately 34 people lost their lives and around 100 others were hospitalized after consuming illicit or spurious liquor in Kalakuruchi district of Tamil Nadu. You know, the anger is, what if that one person is the only sole bread earner of that family? What happens to that family? Bhuvan Panchayat Geo Portal. Ooh, international relations, my favorite. I'll pick topic. It shall we pick? Huh. Okay. New non-permanent members of UNSC will speak. Alright. Pakistan, Somalia, Denmark, Greece, Panama have been chosen as non-permanent members of UNSC, serving a 2-year term from 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2026. Okay. What are the possible questions? No, here this is. If you haven't seen our IR classes, it's there in the YouTube. See it, you'll enjoy it. I'm not telling only from the exam perspective, but also IR, you'll enjoy it. You'll really enjoy it. You just look at our classes and then you will tell me why am I telling you'll enjoy it. Okay. So what are the possible questions? How are new members elected to UNSC? Yep. How did this dudes come in? United Nations Security Council membership, functions and powers of UNSC. All right. Now, how are new members elected to UNSC? Process of selection of now again, here non-permanent members means matlab we have something called as permanent members and non-permanent members. We'll see if they've given to us about what UNSC is. All right. So how are new members elected to UNSC? Non-permanent members involve regional groups putting forward their candidates. There are 4 regional groups. The newly elected members are Somalia representing the African group, Pakistan representing Asia Pacific group, Panama representing Latin America and Caribbean group, Denmark and Greece representing Western Europe. Okay, so this particular country represents a group. Okay. This process ensures regional representation within Security Council. Wait, y'all are there, right? The new members will replace outgoing countries such as Mozambique, Japan, Ecuador, Malta, and Switzerland. Okay, UNSC plays crucial role maintaining international peace and security. Yes. Veto power of permanent members, meaning that is why they're permanent. Those youths are always there. See, these people have to go out and the other people are coming in. Now let's see what this UNSC is. Security Council, one of the main 6 organs of United Nations. Permanent residence of UNSC is in your New York City. Responsibility is maintenance of international peace and security. Okay. Resolutions of the Security Council are typically enforced by UN peacekeepers, military forces. India is one of the largest contributors to your peacekeeping. That is, we give out our most precious human lives to work in peacekeeping process. Membership. Okay. 15 members, 5 are permanent members, 10 are non-permanent members. Which of the 5 do you think are permanent members? China, France, Russia, UK, US. We'll just have this impersonal debate. Okay. 2 sides, again, as we discussed in the very beginning of the session only. Russia-Ukraine war is going, one side. Israel-Palestine war is going. And in both those fights, India has become the key player in trying to stop those fights. That is, it is trying to offer diplomacy, being the soft power leader that it is. And it has been asking for its seat in the permanent seat. Okay. Now, all these 5 permanent people, who are those? China, France, Russia, UK, USA, all are there. No, not one is trying to broker any peace deal. Again, I'm not undermining their importance, but the thing is, they are undermining India's importance in joining there, right? Don't you think India deserves a seat in the P5, that is permanent 5? Now, whatever your opinion is, whether it deserves or not, please drop it in the comment section. You gotta leave us a comment, okay? Otherwise, it will be like I'm the only person who keeps on writing. Let's make it 2-way, okay? So, drop a comment as to whether you think India should be getting a seat in P5, okay? Moving ahead. 10 non-permanent members are elected for 2-year terms by General Assembly. Okay. Functions and powers of UNSC. What are the functions, powers? Maintain international peace, security, recommend methods of adjusting to disputes, Okay, economic sanctions so that you can prevent or stop aggression. Do you think it's doing a very good job? I mean, I'm not telling it's not doing a very good job in the ongoing crisis, but I think if you had India as a P5 member, our strategies could be like us. You know, the master diplomat or the master of diplomacies or our diplomacy. To recommend the admission of new members, right? Exercise trusteeship functions, okay. Recommend General Assembly, appointment of Secretary General, okay. India 6 WTO arbitration against Australia. You know, it was good in that particular topic, no? If it says, UNSC P5, is that much, no? Would have again wanted, I'm telling you, first time who are writing the exam, people again have to Google who are P5. So all this is given makes it easier even for a person who's just picking up the current affair for the first time in his or her life. So this makes it easier. Next. Indian peacekeepers to receive posthumous tag Hamas. Okay. You know, at this point, India deserves a permanent seat. For the amount of things that India has done, India just deserves it. You know, let's just at least discuss 2 points. You know, when I'm telling this, I think the justification would be right here. India has a long history of service and UN peacekeeping, having contributed more personnel than any other country. To date, more than 253,000 Indians have served. Currently, there are around 5,500 troopers and police from India. India is the fifth largest troop contributor. India's contribution to UN peacekeeping began with the participation of UN Operation in Korea from the 1950s. From 1950, say 2024, our stance has not changed. We are increasingly playing a proactive role while they are playing a very active role in trying to not look at us or dismiss our proposal. The UN entrusted the Indian Armed Forces with subsequent peace mission in the Middle East, Cyprus, and Congo. India Russia reciprocal, okay. The logistics. Today I'm just giving you an overview as to how it is. Okay, later we'll discuss all of this in detail. Economy, let's take this RBI's aspirational goals for India's fast growing economy. Okay, RBI has outlined aspirational goals in preparation for India's fast growing economy, aiming to be future ready. This would be one of the keyword I would underline and use it in my mains answer as well as in my essay topic. RBI at 100. Nice, no? Okay, so what do you think is the possible questions from this topic? What are the aspirational goals of RBI? What are the challenges in achieving the aspirational goals of RBI? Steps to reach the aspirational goals of RBI? So, what are the aspirational goals of RBI? Aim to achieve full capital account convertibility in your capital account convertibility following unrestricted conversion between rupee and foreign currency. So this is what capital account convertibility means. Okay, good thing that they've given. What is it? It allows unrestricted conversion between Indian rupee and foreign currencies. Okay, non-resident transactions. What is it? Using rupee for cross-border transactions. Okay, it's good. Digital payment schemes. Yay, digital India. Digital payment systems such as UPI, RTGS, NEFT, both domestically and globally. Okay, implement central bank digital currency, that is e-rupee. Banking sector alignment. Okay, also it speaks about monetary policy and economic stability. Okay, trade, investment and standardization. What are the challenges in achieving this aspirational goals of RBI? First of all, conflict of roles. Okay, meaning look at this, the Trifant dilemma, a challenge between, okay, maintaining stability in India's domestic economy while meeting global demand for the rupee. See this Trifant dilemma, no? This is true not just with respect to economy, but this is true with respect to most of our issues. I'll tell you one example. See, again, this will take us back to the say very initial class where we discussed, no, culture. Our culture is linked to our history, our geography. See, time and again, with respect to agriculture, our farmers, we've had very distinct set of issues that Indian land had to face again because of all our colonization. Okay, and we were treated as a mere colony. The struggle that the farmers had then, okay, it leaves a generational trauma. Okay, this colonization may be just a term, but the impact that it left on Indian society was a generational trauma. Okay, such kind of thing today we are giving all the things with, again I wouldn't say all the things, but we're trying to give enough things for a farmer. Okay, to make sure ends are met. I would just stop with that, ends are met, because we would give seed insurance, matlab, from the seed to the insurance, seed to insurance, tak, everything we're trying to cover. We're trying to provide electricity. Okay, we're trying to provide irrigation facilities. Despite all this we're providing, we still have farmer suicides. Okay, and when see, these are the things when I tell you, when you're speaking about topics like this, these are not just mere topics. This is our land ka problems. So we have to go a step beyond to do something for them, and WTO comes telling, no, you are giving more to your people, which is unfair trade practices. That is where your blue box, green box, amber box things come in. So we are at the Trifant dilemma where we have to make sure, not from economic perspective, from society perspective, we have to make sure we have to meet India ka demands also, we have to meet international demands also. It's hard. It's hard is not just an easy word to describe it, but it is so difficult for us to, navigate. But we don't just navigate; we are leader of our third world countries, because that is the difference that we have over others. Why? Because we have been, I wouldn't want to say victim of colonization, but rather we were a survivor of colonization. We survived that, and we also made sure that we strive better. Now, all the first world, second world, all the developed countries want to have a pair up with India, meaning they want to be, okay, having a relationship with India. If you have reached to that extent, then it cannot happen without our unique cultural, without our unique history, without our unique geography, all culminated, and we have embraced it with open hearts. Without that, I don't think that we would be standing in a position where we are today. Okay, so see, I told you, emotional. Exchange rate volatility. Opening the currency to international markets can increase volatility in the exchange rate, especially initially. Fluctuations can impact trade and investment, affecting economic stability. Yes, market share, daily average share of the rupee, the global forex market is only about 1.6%. Our share in the global goods trade is around 2%. Challenges, again, they've given that also, is increasing the share of Indian products. Convertibility, where complete convertibility for Indian rupee for capital transactions is not yet completely extensively used. Cyber security, baapre. Without all this, only there's so much of cyber security issues. Imagine that. Banking sector, health, Indian banks, especially public sector ones, struggle with high percentage of NPAs, that is, the non-performing assets, less resilient to absorbing shocks. Okay. Okay, what are the steps to reach aspirational goals of RBI? Full capital account convertibility, that is full convertibility by 2060. Preconditions for capital account liberalization, okay, personal remittances and investment options, trade settlement formalities, domestic banking expansion, monetary policy framework, your MPC committee, climate risks and resilience measure, okay, duty drawback scheme. The next topic, we'll see one more from paper 4. What was this? Persistent underrepresentation of women in Indian corporate leadership. Authorized economic operator program. Agriculture, direct seeding of rice. India to resume wheat imports and remove import tax. What is this? Industry and infrastructure. Okay, green hydrogen. Indian Railways and safety challenges. Science and technology, Cassini emissions, and Milgromian dynamics. This is successful launch of space variable objects monitor satellite. Okay, Mark 2C rocket launched from southwestern China. Testing under suborbital tech demonstrated. Let's just look at the question. Private rocket fights herald prospects more valuable than commercial fortune. Discussed in the context of first test flight of Agniban under suborbital tech demonstrated. These things, no, possibility of it coming in the mains questions are very higher. What is this? Discovery of neoprotein in bacterial defense mechanism. Rudra M2. Chang 6 mission. Environment ecology. Binsar Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, Indian Air Force deployed an Mi-17 helicopter to control massive wildfire in Binsar Wildlife Sanctuary in Uttarakhand. Prelims question. Environmental Performance Index. It's released by Earth Science Information Network. Nagarhole Tiger Reserve. Rising nitrous oxide emission. What is this? Record forest fires in Brazil's Amazon rainforest due to drought and climate change. Climate change. Discovery of striped Ethiopian in Kaziranga National Park. Recycle nutrients to mitigate fertilizer crisis. Sustainability. Our star is everywhere. Sustainability. Who's this? Okay. Species. Russell's viper. What is this? Okay. Termite. Internal security challenges. Exercise HOPEX. It is between Indian Air Force and Egyptian Air Force. Huh. This exercises also no. Sometimes they give the exercise names in one side and other side between which two countries. So these things are it's better that it's given in this way so that and also in the, again I will mention here only Hopex and whichever things you keep coming across, you just keep writing it down. No, you'll have one compiled collected data in one place. You don't have to worry about it later. Huh. This is, I told you, no, specific prelims facts itself is given. So we'll just look at a few things. Biopharmaceutical Alliance was recently inaugurated in San Diego. Okay, this is the world's largest biopharmaceutical exhibition. Okay, this alliance is between India, South Korea, Japan, USA, and EU. India is, this goes unsaid, but during a pandemic time, India played a really very, it was not more of wanting to make money, where majority countries try to make money while trying to develop vaccine. I'm not going to name names or telling that every country was doing this, but India went out of its way to help other member countries, especially our African countries, to make sure during pandemic time they received the dosages of vaccines. So what I'm trying to tell is India is a key player in pharmaceutical industry. World Wealth Report. Okay. High net worth individuals in India increased. Who am I kidding? How is it going to decrease? Increased by 12.2% in 2023 compared to 2022. So this report is published by Cape Gemini Research Institute. What's this? UNESCO State of Ocean Report. This is a fern species. No, go back, go back, go back. Draft resolution for organ transplantation availability. Completely, this is very important from your prelims perspective. Sarcophagus. All your mummy movies are based around this sarcophagus. Nickel, Cosmos, Agniban. What is this? India to use food irradiation to mitigate onion shortage. Top TOP, that ka shortage na it affects India largely by top tomato, onion, potato. Very important. People try, again, there's so much, and farmers are crying that they're not getting adequate prices on one side. This black marketing people, when I say black marketing people, you will understand why I'm using that word. Hoarders, they hoard it and keep, they create artificial emergency, and when there is, this rumor that spreads around, availability is not there, suddenly price increases, and then they sell it. Those people are benefiting, but whereas the creator, that is the producer, he ends up with nothing. Recombinant proteins, awards, red flag, exercise red flag. Okay. Representation of women in the new Indian cabinet. Okay, propulsion, lithium, state of global air report. This is double sun halo phenomenon witnessed in Ladakh. What is this? Matsya 6000. Okay, deep sea mission. Exercise Tarang Shakti. Nice picture, no? A rare species of bioluminescent mushrooms. National Testing Agency, NTA. What is this? Operation Blue Star, Khalistan. Don't worry, we'll discuss all of this in detail. Right now, I'm just giving you an overview. Okay. And species. Human African trypansomnia. Yep. That concludes the June month compilation current affairs. Okay. All right. So we'll end the live session now.